name is Clarence Williams, and I want to share with you a trip that Sister Claire and I went on in August the 15th uh, through the September the 22nd of this year. We went to Europe, and we had a great time, and people have been asking me to give a video of these trips or this trip, and I just thought I would do it because some people may be anticipating going to Europe, planning a trip to Europe, and maybe this video, a series of videos, will help you in your journey. And so I have a presentation that I want to share with you, and certainly this will give you a great deal of information concerning this particular trip. Now, this trip took place uh, from August the 15th and through the September the 22nd. It was a very exciting, enjoyable trip. We was blessed to have gone throughout Europe and have not did not experience any hardship or anything. And all throughout Europe, the places was picturesque, they was historic, they were beautiful, and the people, I just have to say, were so hospitable, friendly, and they were very helpful. So during this trip, we visited 6 different countries and about 13 different cities. And so we took off, just started our journey. Sister Joy came over and picked me up, and then went to Sister Claire house and picked Claire up, and Sophia, and they wanted to celebrate the birthday of Sophia. Now this is the 15th, and our plane is ready to take off, but they was concerned with showing Sophia that they appreciated her. And so we met at Cracker Barrel before we went to the airport, and we just celebrated and ate breakfast with them, celebrating Sophia's birthday. And I just thought that was so great. Now here we are, we at Cracker Barrel. We are celebrating Sophia's birthday. They are just eating and laughing and talking, and I'm sitting there trying not to be ready to go because I'm thinking about the plane going to be taking off, and we need to get to the airport. They wasn't concerned about that. They was concerned about showing Sophia that they appreciated her, and we had such a great time in doing that. And after that, we got back in the car, and we did go to the airport. Made it on time, no problem. They knew exactly the time that they had and what they were doing. Now, let me give you a little bit history of the relationship between Brother Armando and myself. We met somewhere around 1968, and I helped him get his immigration green card. He worked for me, my company, Clarence Williams Constructors. He worked for me, very skillful, very knowledgeable person, and he worked for me. And because I helped him get his green card, Brother Armando wanted to show me his appreciation by showing me the world. He and Claire has been really all over the world, and so he wanted to make sure that I experienced that also. Unfortunately, Brother Armando passed in 2006, but then Sister Claire wanted to honor Brother Armando's wishes. And so she wanted to still take me all over the world. When we first went over the Pacific Ocean, we went to the Philippines, we went to Osaka, Hong Kong, Singapore, Hawaii, Macau, and then one that I did not list there, we went to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. just had a grand time. And so now she needed to go to Europe because she had some business that she needed to take care of. And she invited me to go with her. And so I indicated to her, going to Europe, uh, let's just tour. Let's go there and let's see something of Europe if we're going to go that far. And she agreed. So we went to the United Kingdom, we went to Netherlands, we went to Germany, Italy, Belgium, and France. We went to at least 13 different cities: London, Amsterdam, Frankfurt, Munich, Venice. Go to Venice. Venice is a beautiful place. All of that water. I had to look that up to see how could they have built a city on all of that water like that. And certainly when you're seeing it on television and you're seeing it in the news or you're reading about it, it just seems so unreal. But God bless me, I was able to actually go to Venice, Rome, beautiful place, Florence, Milan, and then in Belgium where we was going to go to, Charleroi and Brussels and Antwerp, then the Battle of Waterloo. And then we came back to the UK with Amersham. This is where her nephew stayed, Brother Congrado. And so we had a grand time, but we're going to show you in all of these towns, these cities, these countries. I'm going to have a video of each one, and Lois will show you some of the pictures of the places, the monuments, the statues, just something of what we experienced while we was over there. This is us sitting in the at the gate, and we are waiting on the plane. We are at Jacksonville Gate waiting on the plane, and you see the plane is on time, leaving Jacksonville going to Atlanta. But when we got to Atlanta, we are boarding the plane there. But when we got to Atlanta, we found out that we knew in Jacksonville that we was going to be delayed taking off because there was a storm in Atlanta. And so we could not take off from Jacksonville until the storm cleared. But once we got to Atlanta, we found out that, the plane going to Europe, going to London, had gone. And so here we are now running around in Atlanta trying to talk to Delta to find out what it is that we're going to, what we're going to do. And when you're traveling, things happen. You miss your plane, or your plane is late or canceled or what have you. This time we made it there, but because of the storm, we were late getting there and the plane was gone. But Delta, they helped us out. First thing they was going to do is route us through Amsterdam and then bring us back into London. But at the last minute, the lady said, listen, that's going to be too long of a delay in Amsterdam. Let me route you through Paris and then bring you back into London. Now that was better because we saved about 3 or 4 hours by going that particular route. And so here we are now waiting at the in Atlanta, and that's the board there that's showing that the Paris plane is on time. And so we was thankful of that. We're now in Paris, and we are boarding the plane now from Paris, and we're going to London. But interesting in Paris, we got to Paris, and Paris is a different horse. You don't know how to speak French. And in the airport, most of the people they just want to speak French. They may know English, but to us, they just wanted to speak French. And we not knowing French, we had a hard time trying to figure out where to go, how to get to the gate that we wanted to get to. but thank God we was able to get there. And then you see us now boarding the plane uh, in Paris to go to London. This is a picture. This is a map of Europe, all of Europe. And I don't know whether you can see it. Let me see. Can I bring it up a little bit? Yeah. I mapped out with the lines exactly where we went. So these are the countries. We went to United Kingdom. We went to the Netherlands. We went to Germany, then Italy, France, Belgium, and then back to United Kingdom. And those 6 countries, we went to different cities in those countries. Another cities. These are the cities of Europe. Map of the cities of Europe that we went to, and more defined. Here is United Kingdom, and this is London. We went to London, and then right outside of London is a little small town that is called Amersham. Amersham. And we went there because that's where Brother Congrado lived. That's Sister Claire's nephew. And so we went there. So those are two cities that we went to. And then this one, we went across the water, took a ferry. We're riding on a bus now. And so we took a bus out of London, and we went to Amsterdam. That's in the Netherlands. We went there. We stayed 3 days there. 1 day in on the bus, 1 day touring, and then the next day back on the bus going to the next city. Now, our tour was to go from Amsterdam and go straight to Rome. But on the bus, that's about 24 hours. So we definitely did not want to do that. Why we did not get on a train or a plane? Well, because I had Sister Claire with me, and Sister Claire is not as mobile. And so I had to find the less position that we can go on that we will not be so rushed. And so the train was going to rush us, and then we had to bring the luggage on the train, keep up with our luggage. The plane, naturally, it's going to cost us more. But the bus was going to be the better transportation. We can get on the bus, we can put the luggage up under, and then we just ride. But then that's 24 hours. Well, we decided to map it since we knew where we was going. Let me go back and show you this map again. Since we knew where we was going, we're going to Rome. Well, going to Rome, and we're in Amsterdam, we're going to go to Germany, and we're going to tour this. So we're going to go to Frankfurt in Germany, and we're going to go to Munich. And then we're going to go in Italy. We're going to go to Venice, trying to get to Rome. But this is the way we're going to break up that 24 hours so that we won't be on the bus that long. And I think the longest that we were ever on a bus were 8 hours. 8 hours on the bus. And the bus was stopping along the way, picking up people, dropping off people. And then they had a rest area where they just stop and say that we were going to be there for 30 minutes or what have you. And it was great because that gave us time to see the country. And so we just had a great time and meeting so many good people, so many great people. These people were so hospitable. They were so helpful, and all through the bus. Did not know them. They did not know us, but Europe had some very good people, and a lot of them was traveling also, going here and there, different places. So this is the cities we went to in the countries. So let me go back now and show you. This is Germany. Since we couldn't go directly to Rome. We're gonna break it up, and we went to Frankfurt from Amsterdam, and then we stayed there 3 days. We moved in one day. We stayed and toured a day, and then the next day we was back on the bus going again. We went to Munich, where the Olympics were. We toured that and had a big old palace, and you'll see all of that when we get into these different videos showing these different countries. And then we went there. We went to Venice, left Munich, took a bus, went to Venice. Stayed in the hotel one day, got there. Next day, we took a bus and went into Venice. And then the next day, we was back on a bus going again. And once you get to Venice, traveling from Venice, going to Rome, beautiful, beautiful country, all up in the mountains, going in and out of tunnels. The road is going directly into the mountains, and it's just a beautiful place. And you need to experience something like that. Went to Rome. And then after we did the Italy thing, then we went back up to France. We went to Paris. Beautiful place. Go to Paris. Paris has so much to see and so much to offer. At this time when we went to Paris, now we are not at the airport. We're into the country of Paris, of France, and the city of Paris. And the people were more, they spoke English, so different from being at the airport. Nobody want to speak English, but when you gets into Paris, they speak in English. And but one thing about Paris, when you go to Paris, have some cash, have some money instead of your credit cards, because we discovered all over Europe, we were able to use the credit card with our taxes. But when we got to Paris wanted cash. They did not want to use the credit card. And we had a hard time with that, because we didn't know where to go to exchange, to get the money for the taxes. And so we really had a hard time. That caused us to leave Paris, go to Charleroi, and then come back to Paris, now knowing, and we stayed at a better place where we had easy access to all of the different sites, sceneries that we wanted to explore. So left Paris, then we went to Belgium. Right there, we went to Belgium. And Belgium is where we was trying to get to. We went to Belgium, Charleroi, Brussels, Amsterdam. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But all of this is on a train. I've always wanted to ride on a train. Well, I rode on this train all the way, and then right in between Charleroi and Brussels is the Battle of Waterloo. Right in there, the Battle of Waterloo. And some of you have read about it. You have studied it in school. Beautiful place, beautiful monument. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that when I get into that particular video. And then from that, we just had a great time, and from all of that, we went back to London. We went to Amersham, which was Brother Congrado's house. Had his wife there, Nancy, and their two beautiful children. And then he took us back to the airport, and then we got on the airplane and came on back to Jacksonville. That's just the beginning. That's the beginning. Round trip, but we had a grand time. And every video that I show you from this point on is going to be looking at each one of these cities and showing you all of the different, or some, because I have so many pictures, some of the monuments, the places, the statues, and hopefully I can name a lot of these different monuments and statues and places so that you will be able to identify where they are. You can go on Google and then you can pull them up and you can read about them as I have done to some of them. And it's so interesting how you can read about all of this. Uh, Europe is a beautiful place. Europe is where a lot of things has happened, and a lot of things are still happening in Europe, even in this 21st century. So, with that, I certainly hope and trust that you will get interested in this. You can like me. You can show me that you're listening, that you're looking at, comment or what have you, and we will get through all of these different videos together, and hopefully you will be able to plan your trip. It will help you plan your trip based on what we are showing you now. With that, I say good night to you, and may God bless each and every one of you. God is a good God. Amen. He enabled us, Sister Claire and I, to go so many places for a long time and then still make it back to Jacksonville safe and sound. Good night. May God bless each and every one of you.